Now, I would say like if you want to keep something in mind with Latinos, and one of the reasons why we decide go with a radio serial drama, the radio serial dramas helps to change behaviors. And effective, I mean, have like a successful stories in another countries. I want to mention, for example, Colombia, Peru, Mexico. In Mexico, I just want to mention some story just briefly. We had this telenovela about education, like how much important is learn to read in your life. After the telenovela was done, the increase of people in the schools was more than 15 to 20% in all the country with this telenovela. That shows this, I would say, this way, just to put, digamos, entertainment content, but with educational content as well. And why? With the radio, another reason is you can mix information. Many topics, every week we have this radio drama. You can mix the information in the radio drama and embed inside, just not the, I would say like the funny part, the entertainment part, but when you have this concept inside, every time you can put educational and technical content in the radio drama. And obviously the most important for us, one of, I would say like the most, I personally, I think I know the only one, we were afraid is like, we are going to talk about sex in public. You mentioned like we don't do that with Latinos. What's going to be the first time? However, with this, it's giving us the opportunity to talk about this issue. This cues, just not like telling the people, you have to do this, this is the method, and this is the condom, and you, if you are going to go outside the Saturday, you need to go to the pharmacy first. No, this gave us the opportunity to receive feedback. And the most important, just not from women. We are so surprised, like many parents, they are calling to the radio and telling us the story. So this is the most important, like every Saturday we have. And what is the reasons? Because this is a conversation between us and the community. And we are learning as everybody. Because as you, for sure you know, in Iowa, still we don't have so much data. And this is giving us the opportunity to find the reality from the real people. So when we started this project and this program, we thought the best way was going to be a formative process and try to be very horizontal. As I mentioned before, try to involve and engage the community. So as you can see, we are going to talk about different aspects, different parts of the project where we believe was the best way to engage the community. One of them was a design workshop. What was that? For 1 week, we were totally just University of Iowa staff, community members. We have an international advisor. She's from Australia. She works in different countries, helping communities with this radio drama method. We were from 1 week talking about what was the most important, we said topics, general ones. So after 1 week, we create a list. We call the guide. So that helps in another parts of the project. But it was 1 week working with different people about what was the most important to talk.
Okay, I'm going to see if this is on. Yeah. So the guide was not only created throughout the workshop, but another way of engaging the community, as one of the presenters said before, we're not working with the community, we're engaging them. Why? Because this is a project for the Latino community, and we wanted to, this is the first time that something like this is being done in Iowa. It's engaging the community from the very beginning until the very end. We want to hear what their experiences were, especially Latina women, 18 to 30-year-old Latina women. What is your experience, with unintended pregnancies? What is your experience with family planning methods? What's your experience with these issues within your culture, within with your partner, within your families? And so another way that we did that was through the use of focus groups and interviews and an advisory group. And so actually we have one person in the audience who helped us with these interviews, and she can add on later too if she sees that anything is missing. But what we found throughout these interviews was that these Latinas have such a rich experience with these issues of unintended pregnancies and with family planning. You know, they invited us into their homes, they gave us food. This is how the Latino culture works. You know, like one of the previous presenters was saying, you need to get to know them, conocimiento. You just don't want to say, hi, I'm a graduate student, nice to meet you. No, you want to know about their family, you want to know about who they are, where they come from. All of these things helped us to make this a successful project. And so a total of 31 interviews were conducted. But before that, we went ahead and did focus groups. Unfortunately, during this time, it was during the post-fill raid, immigration raid, and during the floods. So again, outside environmental factors that definitely hit the community and served as barriers to really get the information that we needed. But it was important because, again, it highlights that we cannot ignore issues like immigration. We can't ignore natural disasters. They're there, these things are going to happen, and we need to address them. So that's when we went ahead and shifted to the interviews to get more information and details. It was really interesting because I want to share with you a little bit about the interviews. We learned again that it wasn't only Mexicans. We have Peruvians, we have Colombians, we have Guatemalans, Guatemaltecos. We have very interesting stories. It's not only Latinas working blue-collar jobs. It's, you know, they're getting an education, they're trying. If they have 2 children at home or 1 child, they're going to community college, they're trying to get their lives ahead and straight. We also found that throughout this research, we also found that Latinas are very uncomfortable with the word unwanted and unwanted pregnancy. So we're sticking with unintended. And I think all of these are issues throughout these interviews and focus groups and the design workshop. We were able to get all these little details that have a huge impact to make a successful project and made a big difference. And so that's kind of what we did with the focus groups and interviews, but I'm going to let Manuel talk to you a little bit about the advisory group.
Well,
is it on?
Yes. Well, as I mentioned before, we tried to do as much as possible, try to involve the community in different ways, and now we decided go and try to create an advisory group. This advisory group was permanent, around like 11 members from 7 different cities in Iowa. From different organizations with different backgrounds, and the most important, what were they doing? They were our main, I would say, like a feedback for everything from each part of this project. And this program, they were totally like the first feedback. Why? Because we believe, like again, one of the characteristics of the Latinos in Iowa is like they are not just in Des Moines now. One of the big changes in the last, I would say, like 10 years now, they are diverse and different rural communities in Iowa. Obviously, try to work with each community was going to be so hard. For that reason, we decided try to work with the organization like they are working already. Try to tell me, please help me with this program. Help me and tell me what is the best to do. For example, here in Des Moines, Luna, in Columbus Junction, Nest Project, Southwest Iowa Latino Resource Center, and Red Oak, Iowa, Council Bluffs Latino Center, the Latino Center in Waterloo. So we tried to involve many organizations that already they were over there, and we found, again, amazing response from them because they were so happy like we were doing this because we were trying to help the community, the Latino community. So the advisory groups try to help us choosing the best storyline, trying to choose if the content of the program was appropriate, linguistically, culturally appropriate. So in different ways. We have every Saturday this program. We need guests. So the advisory group helped us to find guests. Actually, Alba, she's here too. She is part of this advisory group. She helped us to find people. She was being actually in the radio station. So this is the way. Try to use, I would say, the talent, the assets of the Latino community. And I think it was a good decision at this point.